back, everybody, to another new comic book day. This is Sparks Comics here. Gonna break down the books that I got this week. There's one book this week I am going to hold off on showing you guys. It's not an issue that came out this week, but it's a really cool book, and there's a reason I'm holding off on showing you guys. So this Saturday, I will be joining the Spine Ticks YouTube channel live Saturday night, and as part of my panel, I'm going to show off that book because it is a really cool book. Maybe gonna talk about some comics that I plan on sending to CGC in the next month, and just talking comics with the guys. So thank you to Sith Lordly for inviting me on to your guys' channel to talk comics. This is actually going to be their second live show, so you all should check it out. I'll drop the link to the channel down below, and check them out on Instagram. I'm going to link everybody that's part of that crew. I'm going to drop their handles down in the bio or the description as well. So let's dive into what I picked up this week. So I'm going to break it down. I went to two shops today. My main shop that really takes care of me well is Crescent City Comics, and then I also go to BSI Comics as well, and that's actually where I got the really cool book. They had it on display a couple weeks ago. I couldn't get it at the time, and I was just praying that they had it there still, and they did today. So what I'm going to do is start off with the Marvel titles today, and then I'm going to go into some titles from Boom and some titles from Image that I picked up this week. And so I end up getting about 50-50 Marvel and non-Marvel, so this is a good week. So first up from Marvel is Empire number 6. This is the conclusion to the Empire event, and I have not read it yet, but I'm really looking forward to reading this and seeing what happens to end this. There is, some other book that we know is going to come as Empire's End, that's involving the King in Black. So hopefully, maybe this gives us a hint as to what's gonna pop up there. Also got Captain Marvel number 18, second printing, which is the first appearance of Captain Marvel's half-sister, L'Oreal. And honestly, when I first heard that name, I can only think of the shampoo, so that's all that comes to mind with that character now. And I got it because of the Empire tie-in. I haven't fully been reading Captain Marvel over the last little bit, but I do want to see what's going on with this sister of hers. Fantastic Four number 23, also a tie-in to Empire. This has been really fun reading that Fantastic Four book during the Empire event because it features Spider-Man and Wolverine teaming up with Franklin and Valeria Richards and protecting this Kree and Skrull child that really just, they grew up knowing only to fight each other, but it was a reenactment of these battles that had happened through Kree and Skrull history, and so they're trying to teach them how to live with this truce that's going on, the peace between their people. Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy number 6. This looks like it's going to be a Nova-focused issue. Nova is not doing so well after the death of Star-Lord. There's going to be more to that death, and I know that just because of the way that they presented it and the way that Star-Lord accepted it so much. And Al Ewing's writing this book, so I expect, as great of things from this as we've been seeing from the Hulk book, which I stopped reading just because I had to cut something out, but it's been a great story. So my next pickup is the Marvel Tales featuring Captain Britain. Look at that art. look at it. It is fantastic art from In-Hook Lee, and that was one reason I picked this up, because that's just striking and amazing. But two, it reprints Captain Britain number 1 and 2, Marvel Tales 65 and 66. So Captain Marvel's first two appearances, in the regular Marvel books. These ones were in UK books. And then Excalibur number 1, not the first team appearance of Excalibur, but literally the first book of Excalibur for that ongoing series. Picked up Ravencroft number 4, and I am really wanting to know what's happening in here. I haven't gotten to read a lot of the comics yet. I've really only read Inkblot, and I'll show you that one later, but I had to read that first because I've been excited for that one. Next, I'm reading another one that I'll show you later, and then probably get into a couple of these Marvel titles that I've been excited for. Also picked up Daredevil Annual number 1. This came out last week, I believe, and the reason I picked it up was because this is the cover B. I picked up the cover A and read it, and I'd actually kind of gotten a beat up copy accidentally, and this variant cover was kind of cool. I'd been thinking about getting it anyways, so I went back and picked that up today. Cool things happen in that annual, actually, and so I think that's going to be important for the future story of Daredevil, and so that's why I went and picked up another copy. And I have another one here that I did not intend to get. I never really actually intended to pick up the Marvel Zombies Resurrection books, but I couldn't say no to a good Spidey cover. I like that, he is in color and everything else is in the black and white. And this is the Diamond Retailer Summit, limited to 3,000 copies. So this was supposed to happen in Orlando, Florida, April 14th through the 16th. So that really tells you when this book was supposed to come out, which is a shame because, one, they could have had this summit, but with everything going on, not happening. And, that was supposed to come out in April, and we are now into September. So they're finally catching up some of the books dispersed amongst, the other stories that have been pushing forward. So it's cool to see some things catching back up now. But that was one I did not plan on reading. I wanted the cover. I'll probably give it a read. I don't want to like it because I don't want to add another book to my pull list. But I'll give it a read because I got it, and I'll go with my Spidey books. Next up, Thor number 5. This was the third print, which is Black Winter here on the cover. So his first appearance and his cover on that first appearance. I think that's going to be long-term something cool to hold on to. I don't think Black Winter is as dead as people think he is, or it is, but I think Black Winter is going to come back. I have in my head that Black Winter and the King in Black are tied together somehow, and Donny Cates is going to be weaving some master story here. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people don't think that that's going to be the case, but that's what I think. And it's a cool cover, so no matter what, it's a cool Thor cover. Black Winter appearing as Thor makes it a cool Thor cover. Then I picked up 2 copies of Venom 27's second print, featuring the Venomized Avengers of this alternate world. So that's pretty cool. I have more, I think, of both of those pre-ordered, and we'll eventually see those come in. I haven't gotten confirmation of shipping yet, so be waiting on that. So the final Marvel book that I picked up this week, and one that I I really hope plays out really good. But I've been really enjoying this Miles Morales Spider-Man run. We're on issue number 18 now. You know, the whole outlawed thing is starting to happen with the young superheroes. And at the end of issue 17, this Miles Morales clone appeared, seemingly a clone. And so this should be more about that, hopefully. And so not only did I get cover A, I had pre-ordered this awesome cover B featuring, Miles and his little sister swinging webs going around, and it's just a really cool cover. My shop was like, you were smart pre-ordering that. Prices are starting to go up on eBay, and they were gonna probably price their variant copies a little bit higher than cover price. Also was able to get from them the one per store Marvel 81st birthday variant featuring Miss Marvel, Brawn, Ironheart, Nova, I believe that's Power Man back there, and I'm blanking on her name. She's a friend of Miles. Boom. I'm gonna have to look that up again. She was around a lot in the last volume, and she hasn't been around really too much in this volume. But this is a really cool cover. Might just throw this on the shelf right now so I can look at it. It's pretty cool. So let's see. Do we want to do Image or Boom? I'm gonna go with Image because Boom has something really cool in it. Not that Image doesn't, because I have a couple books from Image this week. So first up is die number 13. Stephanie Hahn's cover and the Mike Del Mundo variant cover, which is really cool what he did here with the colors. He's very much someone who uses these types of colors, and so I knew it was his when I first saw the cover. And you know this one is Stephanie Hahn's cover because there's red everywhere, and that is her favorite color to use in her covers. Then got Firepower number 3. So I've talked about this book before. Really have loved how it started out. Excited to read this. It's going to be towards the top of my reading pile. From what I've heard prior to its release, I guess Robert Kirkman was talking about this is going to be an important issue, so excited to check it out. Next up, Sea of Stars is back with issue number 6. So we have a new story arc. It felt like it could have ended at issue 5, but also was open-ended and could have gone on to have another story arc. And so I'm really wanting to see where this story ends up continuing. I like the first part. You know, it wasn't on the level of my love for Something's Killing the Children, or where I feel I am with Firepower and Seven Secrets right now, but it was a really good and fun and interesting read, and the art in it is really good, so I had to stick around because of that. The story itself, I'm not 100%, all in on. Probably the story's, 3 out of 5. The art's up there 4.5 out of 5. So that's just my short take on my thoughts on that. But it's enough that I want to keep reading it, and I want the story to just explode and be really cool. And so the last book from Image that I got is Inkblot number 1, which is a really cool book by Emma Kubert and Rusty Glad. And it's fun. It's fun fantasy, and I'm going to do a full review on this one because I want you guys to check this out if you haven't. Maybe I'll do not necessarily a read through, but a breakdown of page by page. But the fun part that I really loved, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw this maybe in my story, when the cat first appears, what's going on is like, is that some kind of demon, a monster, something of the void? And then we get a cat, and then the cat meows, and it's great. This cat had been featured in kind of short web comics that they've been doing before, and they decided to do this comic book and this kind of comic adventure fantasy book with the cat now, and I love it. I'm all in. I'm hooked. So definitely recommend Inkbot as something to throw onto your pool list because it's great. That's the only book I've actually gotten to read so far today. So on to Boom Studios. We've got 7 Secrets #1's second print. So really cool yellow cover. If you're into yellow covers, I picked this up. If you like the story, I love the story. I'll give it another read because it deserves multiple reads. So there's one thing from Boom Studios today, but Boom Studios had a new book come out today. And so this is We Only Find Them When They're Dead. And I just love the way that cover A just has that scrawled across the cover with the ship and the beautiful galaxy going on in the background. And so this is by Al Ewing, who, like I was talking about earlier, well known right now for his Immortal Hulk run, and then art by Simone Di Maio. And so this actually had a lot of ratio variants. We have regular cover by Simone Di Maio, wraparound variant cover by Matthias Bargara, a Dead God variant cover by Tony Infante, and so that was cover B, which is beautiful as well. Then we have a variant cover by Jenny Ferson, and that is a 1 in 50 variant. And so I don't have that right now. I have that one on pre-order. And so when I get that in, I'll do a full cover breakdown of everything. And maybe I'll wait for that to do my full review of this book. But there's also a 1 in 10 cover by Christian Ward, which I had on pre-order, but I also found another copy for $8, so less than the incentive, which I think is a pretty good deal. And this cover is a virgin cover on a 1 in 10, so I thought that was pretty cool. I like what Boom's doing with this book. They've very hyped this book up, and I think it's going to live up to that hype. Last one that was part of the ratios and things like that was this one that I couldn't get on pre-order. Was the 1%. Ooh, I'm trying to drop it. Not good. This is the 1 per store cover, which is a virgin cover, and it is by Simone Di Maio as well. So, really cool. The other cool thing is they broke down in the back the convention and retail exclusive covers. And so if you look, there's a lot of covers here. I'm not going to go into them. I am pretty sure I picked up maybe 3 or 4 of these. I think I picked up I don't actually see, oh no, here we go. The Inhook Lee variant, which is supposed to glow in the dark. I did get that, and I am not sure where the other ones that I've ordered are on here. But when I get them in the mail, we'll do a mail call and we'll talk about them. Because I picked up several. Oh, there's a peach one. There's a peach Momoko glow in the dark, and I don't see that on here. So that may have come after they put this together, so there may be even more variants for this. I went a little crazy on the store variants, but there's a lot of cool ones, and I was hooked. So I stopped myself from continuing because there's so many for this book, but I think it's well deserved, and Boom gets all of the congratulations on what they've been publishing lately. Starting with that, 7 Secrets, Wind. I think there's one other I'm reading from Boom right now, but all of this original content, they've been doing such a great job. So I want to congratulate them on that. And so now moving on to the comics I picked up from BSI Comics. I got the free comic book day of Jack Kirby, The Epic Life of the King of Comics. And so this was pretty well timed with his birthday happening recently. And on the back it says the long overdue biography of the legend who co-created Captain America, Iron Man, Black Panther, Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and more. It says the story continues in Jack Kirby, The Epic Life of the King of Comics, on sale July 14th, 2020. So obviously not on sale July 14th, 2020, but nonetheless, pretty cool thing. And so the other things I picked up were either back issues or duplicates of something I picked up from Crescent City. And so Inkblot #1, I picked up a second copy because I wanted to show some support for them. Miles Morales Spider-Man #18, I picked up a second copy. And then I actually found a variant for issue number 17 for that, which is the zombie variant. Pretty cool cover with Miles being attacked by lots of zombies. He's got Rocket Raccoon Zombie on his back. Looks like we got Black Panther there. Nova. Wolverine's down here somewhere. So pretty cool. And then I picked up this Miss Marvel Woman of Power cover because it looked really cool. Not actually sure who did the art on this cover, but it's a cool cover nonetheless. And lastly, I've been trying to go back and get the Silk Volume 1 books, and I was missing issue number 3 for the first couple issues. And so now I've got that into my collection, and maybe I'll be able to give those first couple issues a good read through. But that's after I get to my new release pile for this week, because there's a lot of good books to read this week. So that concludes my new comic book day books. Lots of things came out this week. If you're reading any of these, drop a comment in the comments below. Let me know what you guys picked up this week for new comic book day, because so much that came out, I want to know what you guys picked up. And if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe, like the video, and just drop some comments. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching this video this week. Always remember to collect what you love. Just one last thing for you guys. I will be going live on Saturday with the Spine Ticks team over on their YouTube channel, so give them a subscription. Hit that reminder button, and that'll let you know when we're going live. And come join us and come have some fun talking comics. Thanks, guys. See you next time.